The Forge is rapidly on the rise to becoming one of the most popular games on all of Roblox, already pulling hundreds of thousands of players within the first few weeks of its release. And overall, people seemingly love the game and is honestly a refreshing game to play instead of all the brain rot ones that have been popular for the past few months. But the thing is, there is actually some things that people have been figuring out about this game that have been very, very bad that has actually been getting exposed. And so in today's video, I'll be talking about what exactly these things are. Real quick, I want to say this video is not an exposal on the developer, instead some bad things that are happening inside the game that there need to be brought attention to. Feel free to like the video and subscribe, it'd mean the world to me, but either way, let's get right into it because this is very important stuff. Now, for those who do not know, The Forge is basically one of the most popular games on Roblox right now. As I speak and as I'm recording this video, it's around the 4th most popular and most played game at the moment. It was released not that long ago by a YouTuber and developer by the name of Fire Attack, and he basically made this game as sort of his dream game. He made a YouTube video on it and everything, and people seemingly love it. It has over 635,000 players and is going massively viral. Now, basically, The Forge could be compared to games like Mining Simulator or even Fish or even games like, or even maybe a game like Blox Fruits in a way. By basically, when you join the game, you roll for a certain race and that gives you special power-ups. Then you go in and you basically mine ores and you fight monsters and you do quests to try to become the best at the game. It's a fun grinding kind of game, and honestly, in my opinion, is a very good game and very refreshing for Roblox. But the thing is, this game's success has been very massive and kind of unusual in how fast it blew up. And also, if you look at the chart of the players on the game, it seemingly never really loses that many players. It seemingly never really dies, even at night in like most places on the globe where all the players come from. So more and more people start to get suspicious of the game. And obviously, again, I want to say I'm not exposing the game itself, but instead something weird that's happening with. And the thing is, over 600,000 players in this game is insane. And recently I made a video talking about the most popular game on Roblox called Fish It, which I exposed for having a massive amount of players being bots. And sadly, that seems what's going on to The Forge. If you were to go under The Forge's page using a Roblox plugin, you're able to see servers, and it basically says likely botted by them. But you also can see servers with a bunch of bacon hairs in them, and this is basically an example of one of the Forge servers. But it's not just one or two servers, there is a lot of servers in this game filled with bots. I'm going to put up some footage of me joining one of these servers and show you exactly what I found. I just tried to join this one, and here I am inside, and wow, this is like the treasure trove. Look, all these people have the same skin color on Roblox. They all made it this color, which is not the default color. Interesting. And you guys can see XK Shop, and this is named like this, and these people have like Eagle, Phoenix, Rachada Blade, like all these accounts in the server. You guys can see all of them except for this guy. This guy looks like a real person. I feel bad for him. These are all bots, and to be honest, it's a little hard to find where they all are, except there's one of them right here inside of The Forge. This is blatant proof that these accounts are using hacks of some sort. And there seems to go the real player, the one single real player. But as you guys can see, look, this account right here, this bot is standing inside of The Forge somehow. You can't stand there. You can't stand inside the lava. You can't, jump into it or whatever. That's not possible. Somehow, this account is standing right here. That's the weird thing, which means they're obviously using fly and no clip hack to basically come down here. I'm gonna real quick look through these mines because oh my, do you guys see that? Yo, what was that? Wait, where did it even go? So basically they come in, they fly out of spawn. I'm real quick look down into the mines and see if I can find them anywhere because that is really, really weird. It's so crazy we were able to catch it on camera. Like there's a one real player. That's what a real player should look like. But as you guys can see, the server that's almost entirely full, there's nobody mining around here. Look, 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 there he is in the ground and he was attacking something and it's seemingly he's disappeared. He was inside of the ground. This is insane. I feel like that one gif of the guy from like that show Dexter, that like detective guy. It's a little bit hard to actually find even where these guys are, to be honest. Like I haven't really been able to see anyone else except for that one that flew up into the air and then that one that was in the ground fighting. It's honestly really odd. Oh, there he is. There he is again. Mystic Lunar. It's seemingly he's fighting. He's on super low health and I think he just died because of me standing there and distracting the monster. So his farming thing doesn't work. But you guys can see, look at all these accounts. These are all, of course, they're all like bots. Crazy. There he is again. There he is again. That same guy of going around fighting all of these. And did he just die? No, he's alive. Wow, interesting. So there he goes all around farming kills to seemingly level up the account. It's at level 38, I think that's what it says. And yeah, this is what happened. This is an interesting thing because I've actually talked about this in a couple videos before and how bad this botting issue is on Roblox. And it seems like The Forge is the next target of this. Now, one thing I want to say is I do not believe it is the developers that are doing this. I do not think the devs are purposely botting their game to make it go viral. For one, because that would be very much so against Roblox's terms, and also for two, it's kind of confusing why they would do that because it wouldn't really make them any more money. Bots don't really buy game passes or anything. But the reason why these bots are in the game is a lot worse than you guys may have expected. It's not just like someone's trying to make the game seem more popular. It is much much worse. There are some very dark things going on inside the Forge that I'm going to be exposing in today's video. Now basically, as I showed in that clip, you can kind of tell when someone is a bot, but it gets worse than this, because even like the first day that I played the Forge, I was playing with a friend of mine and we went into a game, and I sadly didn't record this, but there was just a hacker flying around and mining a bunch of ores. And I'm guessing if you played the game for a few hours, you've probably seen that yourself. So not only are there bots farming the ores and farming things, which for reasons I will explain in just a moment, but there's also hackers flying around in the game just completely breaking the rules. And the thing is, again, I do not blame the hackers being in the game on like the developers. That's not the developers' fault. Roblox should have that brought down. That's Roblox's fault for not cracking down on the hackers even more, because I've seen so many of them. But the thing is, these bots are a lot worse than just people trying to inflate the player count. It's not like it's trying to make the game seem popular, because it already is popular even without the bots. The thing is with these bots is they're playing to make real life money. You guys may wonder exactly how that's possible. How could someone make real life money from a Roblox game like this? Like, how could they just, how could mining these ores in this game even work? I'll explain it very simply for the people who are not the most familiar with this game. In the Forge, there's a lot of things that give stuff rarity. There are certain ores, there are certain things you can mine that are much more rare than everything else. Like the two things I show on screen, you guys can see this is more rare than this. And for example, if you use these ores to make a sword or a chest plate or a helmet or anything like that, then that makes a rare weapon or tool. And basically what you can do with these rare ores is you can turn them into things like light helmets or chest plates or swords or whatever you want to make, and basically grind out to get better at the game. So as I mentioned, some things are more rare than other things, and some things take a lot of time to get and a lot of grinding. And so the thing is, the reason that this game is special in the way that it's getting botted is very different than other games that have had bots in the past, like for example Blox Fruits, because Blox Fruits has a trading feature, which means you can sort of understand how the people in Blox Fruits would be grinding out the game and then getting like rare fruits or whatever and then trading them with people. But the Forge does not have a trading feature at all. And so you guys may be wondering how these people botting even make their money. Basically what these people do is they make massive bot farms, so a ton of computers in a room or something, or a ton of just like devices, put them all into a game, put them all into the Forge, and then either have them set up with hacks or just have them like with an auto script that makes them go out and mine a bunch of things and level up the account over time. They usually have some sort of method that they do with some hacks over and over and over and over with all of these accounts that basically levels them up super high. So what these botters do is they go out and they sell these accounts. For example, there are listings which do not buy, which I'll explain why in just a second, why this is a really like horrible idea to buy these and you should never do it. But they sell things like, Demon Race starter account, which is basically like the rarest race in the game, which you can buy for $16. Not only that, but there's people selling full accounts that are extremely high leveled up, like full on ones with level 77, full armor, the best pickaxe in the game, all that stuff for like literally like real life money, and that is how these people are making the money. So to summarize, not only are these people botting it for money, but they're also using these accounts with hacks, which makes it very, very hard to find them in game. But let me just explain something very, very important as you watch this video, because you guys may think, especially if you're a fan of the game and you play it a lot, oh, it might be a good deal, blah, 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 to buy this. No, it's a really bad idea, because while there are people actually farming this game, it's likely done to pretend like they have these accounts or to just show off like one account they have and then to scam people on these sites that resell things. There's nothing protecting you from getting scammed on another site for someone that like tells you that they're selling you a bunch of free things in the Forge, because that's just not how it really works. So my main point is that most of these people are likely going to scam you, but not only that, but it's fully against Roblox's terms of service. Like, you cannot sell things in game for real life money. That's just totally against the rules, and if Roblox actually catches you doing it, then they'll ban you for it. But somehow these people have been able to get away with it for so long, so there's a lot of places where people are actually selling things in this game for real money. So that comes to my main point of that there are just servers and servers and servers full of bots sitting and farming items, and that's just what's happening. There's people just botting this game to grind a bunch of accounts up to max level. That's why all these bots are bacon hairs, because they're base accounts that someone just instantly created, and they're trying to turn them into real life money by leveling them up and trying to sell them to anyone who's desperate for an account. The way they're making money is by saving people grinding time in the game, because this game does take a lot of grind. So they're basically making their money off of, like, let's say kids who are busy with school or older people that are busy with work and don't have time to grind out the game. So instead, they're likely even scamming these people, telling them they'll give an account, but not even giving it to them likely, or scamming them, or just giving them an account that's going to get banned by Roblox. But as you guys could see in the footage I showed earlier in the video, I mean, this is honestly a pretty crazy thing. The way these people work is they seemingly spam a bunch of these bots into a single server, they fill it up, they fill up the queue, and then they just grind them out with hacks. They just grind these accounts up to like a super high level or get rare rerolls or stuff like that, and that's basically what happens. That's basically how they do it. And I'm guessing these people are likely making tens of thousands of dollars every single month. And I want to give a lot of credit as well to Chiseled, who made a YouTube short talking about this, but I decided to do more research in this video and investigate it myself and actually get some real footage of these bots in these games. And one last thing I want to mention is the importance of remembering that this is not the developer's fault exactly. Obviously, of course, you guys could say, okay, it's, his game, he made it grindy and all that stuff, but the thing is, bots should not be a problem on Roblox. Roblox should have things in place to stop these bot accounts, or they should be trying to fight it. This has been an issue for a long time. On screen is a picture picture of how long ago I made my first video talking about these bots. It's been a long time that this has been an issue, and it continues to be a worse and worse issue because I'm guessing this game, no disrespect to the developer, is filled with hundreds of thousands of bots. It has real success, but its stats are being propped up by a ton of bots. But it's honestly pretty crazy how many servers in the Forge are filled with bots. But either way, I hope the developers are able to do something about this, but that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed it, have an amazing day, and take care.